Hi, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I will show you one way to connect multiple standalone SwiftMQ routers to a router network via the Explorer app of Flow Director. I have installed my Flow Director instance via Docker and additionally installed 3 SwiftMQ routers. The SwiftMQ version I've used is 12.1.0. Here you can see my routers. They have the name Node 1, Node 2 and Node 3. The configuration of the routers is done via pre-config files. The mynode.xml file disables the AMQP, MQTT and JMS port. This is done because Flow Director already defines those ports and they need to be disabled on the routers to prevent a clash. The file also defines a routing listener. Node 1 has a routing listener on port 4101, Node 2 on 4102, and Node 3 on 4103. To start a router, we need to open a terminal and type in the pre-config file. We hit enter and start the router. The start of each router is logged in the standard out log. We can verify if the routers are started normally by having a look into it. As we can see, Node 1 has started. Nothing to see in the error log, which is good. Node 2 also started, and Node 3 also. After all SwiftMQ nodes are up, we can switch over to our Flow Director and open the Explorer app. We log in and see our embedded Flow Director router, but nothing else. To connect the embedded router to the other nodes, we need to define routing connections under Routing Swiftlet Connectors. We click on New Entity and specify the name. We need one routing connector per node, so we start with Node 1. The routers run on the local host, and since my Flow Director runs on Docker, I need to use dockerhost as hostname. The remote port is the routing listener I defined per router in the pre-config file. For Node 1, it is 4101. We click on Save and then we can see our Node 1 in the drop-down list. Now we do this for the two other nodes. We define Node 2 with the Docker host and the port 4102, and Node 3 with the Docker host and port 4103. The connections can be verified in the network Swiftlet, which shows now 3 active routing connections to our SwiftMQ routers. We can see the nodes in the drop-down list at the top, but can't administrate them yet. This is because our flows are not running on those routers. Therefore, we switch over to the Flow Orchestrator and activate all flows on the new router nodes shown in the list. After the activation, we can go back to the Explorer, select a connected node, and we can see that we have now full access to it. To disconnect Flow Director from the nodes, we just delete the previously created routing connectors. The nodes aren't shown anymore in the list and are also no longer listed in our Flow Orchestrator. The flows we have activated on the routers are still running on them. So if we reconnect our Flow Director to one of the nodes, we can administrate them immediately. This was how to connect your Flow Director to other SwiftMQ standalone routers via the Explorer app. Thanks for watching and hope to see you next time.